Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a basic tutorial on how to mess with textures, how to mess with visuals in PCSX2. Some of these methods can work for other games. The program I use to edit all texture files works for any game. So I'll be doing this for PCSX2. This is the nightly version, the see right here, nightly -QT versus the 1.6. 1.6 does not have the feature that this one uses, but you could still use this method to do it. But I'm doing it for this for the nightly version. So if you want to change textures in a game, which means like visuals, which I'll show you what that looks like. These are the changes I've made. This is original. Those are the changes I made. So that's the outfit I made for this guy. If you want to do that, you want to have this program. You want to have GIMP 2. Maybe I'll drop you a link for this, but I'm pretty sure this is a free program. There's plenty of places you could download it. So, first thing we're going to do here, texture replacement's turned off. And you're going to go to Game Properties, go to Graphics, Texture Replacement. Whatever folder is named here is where these textures are going to get loaded into. So I have dump textures turned on. So you want dump textures turned on. And if you have that on, then you're going to go to Textures folder. And there's going to be a folder named after the serial number of the game. This is the serial number. Under Game Properties, it's right there. It makes a folder after that name, and then it has a dumps and a replacements. Don't worry about these two things; these won't be there. So the dumps folder has, what it does is that everything that is on the screen will be loaded and dumped into this folder. So then you have to figure out by the thumbnail appearance what file represents what visual. So I can tell by looking at these two, just by the thumbnail, that that's his clothes, right? So you would take that file that you want, the file you want to change, and you would go to replacements, and you would put it in there. And then you would click on this. And by the way, if it's not in PNG format and it's in another format, you can go to convert file format and have it convert to DTX5, and then you can edit it in GIMP 2, no problem. So I want to edit that, right? Let me show you the other, give you an example here. So if you look here, I've already edited this, but this is like, I would use tools like, I would use the wand to highlight things. I would use the brush to change things. I would use color balance and contrasts. Change, I don't know why I didn't do it right there. It should have. There we go. Yeah. And then when you're all done, if it's in the replacements folder, it'll just load once you have their graphics. Once you have this turned on, load textures, it just loads it. You got shoes too that I made, I think. Yep. So like for example, another way to figure out not just by what you're looking at. I'll show you something else. I'm going to load a state now. I'm going to do a load state. We'll load to this scene. Alright, texture's off. Okay. I wanted to change what this girl looked like. So I went into that dumps folder as I loaded everything. And I found files like this one. And I moved it to replacements. I opened it in GIMP 2. And I figured out, okay, you know, I can tell by looking at this that that's her clothes, right? You can kind of tell. Like, okay, well, here's what to do. What if you can't tell? Well, here's what you would do. This file's done. I'm not editing this one anymore, but I'll go to one I'm still working on. So I'm going to go to this. So you can tell by this little design here, this part, that that's the side of her shorts. What about the other stuff? Well, I'm not too sure. So I'm going to take a bright color. I'm going to just go like this. I'm going to go red on there, purple on this one. I'm going to go to overwrite. Okay? And I'm just testing this because I want to know what this part of the file does, like what visual it represents. So we're going to go to System, Reset. Just give it a second to load, and then load that state. And now I know, oh look. So the red part, this part is those little bands on her arm. And the bright purple, well, that's just a piece of her skin. So we're going to undo that. And I want to change this up, so I don't want her to have yellow. I would like her to have white. So we're going to go like this. For me, I'm using in this program the rectangle selector tool. You can use whatever tool you want to highlight it. You'll figure this program out as you use it more. It's not too hard. We're going to go to saturation, and I want to change this to match our clothes, but then I also want to unsaturate it almost completely. Like right about there. And then I'm going to go to brightness. And I'm just testing this out. I'm going to go to overwrite again. I'm going to go back to the program. We'll reset. I'm going to wait a sec. Load. And there you go. I've changed the bands now. I know what they look like. So, yeah, so that's how you do it. That's the way to figure things out. Just take a bright color and just paint over something. And then save it and load it. And if you don't like it, you can just undo it. You can undo it all the way back to, you can have no changes. You can go all the way back. So, that's how you do it, guys. I hope that helps out. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks.